Macau started like as a cultural artist workers assembly, and the first action has been to occupy the contemporary art museum of the city, and after that in 2011. And after that, in the spring, we decided to invent a museum. So Macau is the acronym of an unknown museum. And the idea was to create like an alternative concept of the field of the art production, managing and facing with the real problem of our city and society and so on. The composition of Macau is not only artist, so is cross-sectoral as well cross-class, as you say. And we did an inquiry the second year in order to understand this aspect inside, and a self-survey, and we understood these two components for sure. The idea in our history was that also the cultural institutional system was in the end. So for us, has not been a great enemy, because in Italy and in Milan, not in Venice maybe, but in Milan, the institutional system is a public one. And right now, is really not has problem much more than to be a means of the power. And but we faced a lot of this creative industry model in Milan, because Milan is really a machine of event by event in fashion design, media, and so we understood that this engine of extraction of value was very powerful. And what we are feeling is that, the social cooperation in this waiting for something is really the capital, is really the value of this machine. And 1 year ago we started with Marco to throw and discuss about this abstraction issue, and because this social cooperation in our thought was very clear that is becoming to be the central point of the capitalism accumulation. Through big data, social networks control, this self-profiling of behavior that became the value of this machine, of this trans-sectoral info, creative, material, logistic machine, is a very central point. And that's why we are trying to understand how we can self-organize this social cooperation. And so I want only to mention the first panel we had in Milan in this program, in which we worked with some examples we are working with, like Robin Hood Minor Asset Manager, that is here also tonight, and this Descent project from north of Europe as well, that are discussing how to face this technological issue in order to conceive a new model of self-organization in the cooperation and production. So very easily we are speaking about technology as a blockchain, different kind of platform in order to organize a decentralized autonomous organization, and how to root this kind of technology in a network of political also oriented community. Concerning Expo, we are starting like a mimetic campaign in Expo in order to understand which kind of labor transformation, as Roberto before said, are happening in Expo. Also in this case, we are trying to force the Expo utopia, the Expo future, in order to be very close to this kind of workers that are indeed volunteers, and that I was thinking before are a good example of this like self-profiling model, no? They are in a way in this machine of in which the work is a self-profiling process in order to have a more rich curriculum or so on. So I finish here.